If you have an $850,000 budget in Atlanta, you're currently facing a challenge. Why? Because $850,000 is enough money to get you a great house in one neighborhood and to get you a so-so house in another area. So you really have got to understand the trade-offs up front, or you can waste months looking in the wrong places. My name is Emily Freeman, and I am your local Atlanta realtor. And today, I'm not just showing you neighborhoods. I'm breaking down real trade-offs behind the price point. By the end of the video, you'll know exactly which lifestyle compromises you're willing to make so you can stop second guessing every listing you see online. Okay, so let's start in town. Think Virginia Highland, Old Fourth Ward, Candler Park, or Morningside, for example. The reality is, at $850,000, you're not really buying the house, you're buying the lifestyle. You're typically looking at a 1920s or 1930s bungalow, and yes, they are charming. Original hardwoods, front porches, mature trees, all the things that make Atlanta feel like Atlanta. But here's what people don't always talk about. The charm comes with trade-offs. We're talking older electrical systems, original plumbing, smaller closets, tighter floor plans, limited storage, and sometimes not even a real primary suite. So can you live with that? You're also paying what I call the Beltline Tax, that premium for being able to walk to coffee, dinner, parks, and everything the city has to offer. And for a lot of people, that is worth every penny. But here's where buyers get tripped up. They come in expecting new construction or heavy renovations done on a home in a historic neighborhood price point. And that combination rarely exists unless you're willing to spend significantly more money. So my advice to clients is this: if you need a move-in ready 3,000 square foot home with a big open kitchen, a walk-in pantry, and a huge primary closet, don't look here. You'll be frustrated very quickly. But if your ideal Saturday is walking to brunch, hitting the farmer's market, maybe hopping onto the Beltline, and you're okay sacrificing space for that lifestyle, well, then this is absolutely in your home court. Do it. You'll love it. Now, let's move into the established suburbs. Think Johns Creek, Alpharetta, Roswell, East Cobb. This is where you go when you're tired of charming and you really just want functional. Here, $850,000 actually puts you in a decent position. You can get a lot more house for your money. You're typically looking at 4 to 5 bedrooms, 2-car garage, 2,800 to 4,000 square feet, updated kitchens, 2-car garages, basement, maybe swim tennis. So, those are all perks. This is what I call the comfort and convenience zone. And for many buyers, especially families, this just makes life easier. Now, you've got to understand these areas can still be very competitive due to the very desirable schools. But again, there's always a trade-off. You're exchanging walkability for drivability. Your coffee run becomes a 10-minute drive instead of a 5-minute walk. Dinner reservations, well, you're getting in the car. And for some people, that shift is just bigger than they expected. So you really got to think that through. Another thing to know is these areas are highly competitive, not just because of homes, but because of public schools. Like I was saying earlier, buyers specifically target these zones, which means, well-priced homes can often generate multiple offers. So even though you get more house for your money, you still need a strategy. I tell my clients in the suburbs, you're not compromising on the house as much, you're compromising on the lifestyle experience of the location. It's just completely different. Thinking about relocating to Atlanta? Well, I've got just the thing for you. My team and I have actually taken the time to create the ultimate relocation guide. which is meant to save you hours of research. And I linked it down below. So from top employers, the best hospitals, and a boatload of other things that you need to know before making the move. The best part is that the guide is 100% free. That's right, you heard me, 100% free. Just click the link in the description or top the pinned comment. Hope that helps. And then, there's Buckhead. This is where I grew up. This is where things get really interesting. I tell my clients that shopping in Buckhead for a single family home for $850,000 is a contact sport. And now if you wanted a condo or a townhome, there's certainly more options available. If you want a single family, you're looking in areas like Peachtree Hills, where I own a home, Collier Hills, Garden Hills, and in these neighborhoods, you're paying what I call the zip code premium. I mean, the land value alone drives up prices, so even smaller, older homes carry a significant price tag. To give you some real context, when I was recently searching for available inventory in 30305 and 30327, there were only a handful of homes available for sale under $850,000. Now, houses do sell in the area. There were about 25 that had closed in the last 6 months, but that is a very tight market under $850,000. So you've got to be ready. Anything that is even remotely move-in ready in a good location at this price point is not sitting. It's going under contract fast, often within 24 to 48 hours. So what you're typically getting here is a darling but strategic home. Probably not your forever home. It may be smaller than neighboring homes and not fully updated, or on a busier street. And in many cases, you may be the smallest house on the block. But hey, that's not necessarily a bad thing. So Buckhead has a lot to offer, and you can find some areas that are a little more walkable than others. There are lots of parks, and it's a great spot too, because you're buying into a highly desirable location that's centrally located and easy to get to other parts of the city. Long-term appreciation potential and a certain level of prestige. This is definitely a long game move. But you have to walk in knowing exactly what you're trading. So here is the bottom line. At $850,000 in Atlanta, you're not just choosing a house, you're choosing a lifestyle. Now, you've got to understand the trade-off. If you want culture, walkability, character, you're paying the charm tax of in town. If you want space, comfort, and top-tier functionality, you're paying the commute tax in the suburbs. And if you want location, prestige, and long-term upside, you're paying the zip code premium in Buckhead. Now, there is no perfect option, and hey, let's face it, there's no perfect house. Only the one that fits your life the best. Let me make this really practical for you. Before you start looking at homes tonight, ask yourself 3 questions. 1, do I want to walk to my lifestyle or drive to it? 2, am I okay renovating over time, or do I want more move-in ready now? 3, is location more important to me than square footage? If you can answer those honestly, your search becomes so much easier, because after all, clarity is power. So I'm curious, are you a walk to dinner person, or are you a big backyard person? Let me know in the comments. I read every single one. And if you're still trying to figure out which of these actually fits your budget and goals, shoot me a text. My number's down below. I can help you narrow this down really quickly. And don't look at another house until you download my Atlanta relocation guide. It'll save you a ton of time and probably a few headaches. I'm Emily Freeman, and I'll see you in the next one. Thanks.